on the auto rotation and landing the helicopter safely without power. And we practiced that a lot in Pensacola at Whiting Field. However, after I got my fleet helicopter assignment as a 53 Delta pilot, I quickly learned that all those things that I definitely got down pretty good in flight school as far as the helicopter aerodynamics went were now on a whole new learning curve with the 53 Delta. A much, much bigger aircraft with a whole different performance characteristics, and helicopter aerodynamics took on a whole new meaning now in the fleet. I quickly found myself within the first year in the Philippines doing an emergency relief mission in the mountains of Luzon, just above Manila, to a place called Baguio City. The whole mountainous region had been knocked out by a massive earthquake, and all of a sudden we were flying up a 53 Delta full of rice. We were very heavy. We were flying into a high density altitude. It was nighttime, and I was tasked to land this helicopter on a very short runway at Baguio City. And little did I know it, but both sides of that runway were cliffs. So I had to squeak this thing on real heavy with our wheels and make sure that everything went well. I actually did a pretty decent landing. However, as I was coming to a stop, the main mount wheel of the helicopter hit a 6-inch fissure, and suddenly I felt myself vibrating something like this, and the whole helicopter felt like it was going to fall apart. Well, luckily, my helicopter aircraft commander with me quickly came on the controls, lifted the helicopter up, and got the vibrations to stop, and then placed it on the ground nicely. I had never known that ground resonance could happen in such a way, shape, and form as it did that night, and I was definitely grateful for his help in that case. From that, though, I quickly discovered that my training gap in helicopter aerodynamics was much more severe than I could ever imagine. Over the next few years, I would take the opportunity as a squadron safety officer to go to Monterey in the Naval Postgraduate School and study helicopter aerodynamics and bring a lot of that knowledge back to my squadron and apply it as an instructor in the squadron. I was then granted the great opportunity to go back to Pensacola and become a flight instructor. I had no idea when I got there that I would be placed in charge of the Helicopter Aerodynamics 101 course. I quickly realized that the training gap had started from this small little course in Pensacola, and it needed all the help it could get to be changed at that juncture. I got a lot of support, and I started going through the ASCI process as we redesigned the course.